However, a coalition of conservative advocates recently sent a letter to Senator Collins urging her to vote against confirming Judge Jackson as a Supreme Court justice. And one of the conservatives who signed that letter joins us now. He's the director in policy and government affairs at the American Principles Project, Jon Schweppe. Jon, thank you so much for joining me. So, Jon, you know what I'm like totally flabbergasted about is that Collins was a no vote on Justice Amy Coney Barrett, but says that she'll be a yes vote on Ketanji Brown Jackson. I mean, that is astounding.
Yeah, I look, we're very disappointed to hear that she is going to vote for, Judge Jackson. But look, I mean, she did vote yes on Kavanaugh. She's going to be trading on that for a while with Republicans, I think. This was a vote where it sounds like all 50 Democrats are going to vote in favor, including Joe Manchin. And so it's not that Collins will be the deciding vote. But we would have liked to have seen her oppose here. Obviously, Judge Jackson is a radical. There's no question about that. The farthest left groups, many groups, by the way, that have beat up on Senator Collins repeatedly for years, were behind Jackson's nomination. And this is who we thought, we were going to get. And it's a radical leftist. And obviously, Republicans should be voting no on her.
And this letter that was sent, what are the details of the letter and what's the purpose?
Well, we were trying to encourage her. Look, she has a record of independence when it comes to looking at these judges. Again, she voted for Kavanaugh. She voted against Amy Coney Barrett, somebody who I think people on both sides pretty much agreed that was very qualified. So we were hoping that there'd be a chance here because of Judge Jackson's extreme record on sentencing, because of her basically giving away the game on where she stands on abortion, where she stands on gender ideology. But Collins, I guess, didn't agree with us and has decided to vote in favor, which is disappointing. So, but look, at the end of the day, we have to recognize where we are on this. 4 or 5 weeks ago, we were hearing that the Senate might even support her with 70 votes. A bunch of Republicans supporting someone like Lindsey Graham, who voted for her previously. That was somebody we were a little worried about going in. And Republicans did rally and recognize that this is somebody who's too radical to be on the Supreme Court. And so while it's just a moral victory, I guess, it is still nice to see 48, hopefully 48, 49 Republicans if Murkowski votes against opposing.
Yeah, and the American Principles Project is a group that promotes family values. So I'm sure a lot of you were very concerned while listening to the confirmation hearings. I mean, the fact that she couldn't define a woman or wasn't willing to define a woman, doesn't know when life begins. All of those things really matter. And then the light sentences for child predators.
Yeah, well, credit to Senator Blackburn for asking that question. And I think kind of catching her off guard because you caught her in an honest moment where you almost saw fear in the judge's eyes. How do I deal with this question without upsetting the woke activists who are backing me? And so she literally couldn't answer the question what a woman was. And I think this is where we're at here. The woke activists are running the country. They're running the Democratic Party. And Judge Jackson, is going to feel like she has to rule in favor of them constantly while she's on the court. And I think that's a shame here. And again, Graham got at this. She doesn't have a true grounded judicial philosophy. She doesn't really know when she's going to look at the text of the Constitution and be a textualist, an originalist, when she's going to be an activist. It just kind of depends on what the Democrats want her to do. And I think that's the type of partisan judge we probably don't want on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Well, we're going to leave it here. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you.